Evening peeps, welcome back to the channel. So you've just seen the We Are Driven intro. We Are Driven team still pushing Archie's journey, still pushing Bradley Lowry Foundation. Get yourselves over to Facebook, click all the like buttons, go sign yourselves up to We Are Driven, and then get yourselves over to justgiving.com/campaign/Archie's journey and drop a donation on there, please. Cheers. Right, back tonight with the Mini Cooper Cup, hosted by Tanso, the Chewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup, shall I say. Tonight we are live from Brands Hatch. Let's just pull those scores up. So leading the way at the minute is Pajonski, 187 points. Rob Scott in second, pretty close behind him, 167 points. We've got Cutler 182, 164 points, nipping at his heels, as well as Millerman in fourth with 163. We've got fifth place D-Dot with 142 points. Duds in 6th with 119. We've got Graham Reeds in 7th with 96 points. Again, just nipping at his heels is Old Crawler, 58 with 94 points. Got 80 points on board for DMK Dominator in 9th. One-Eyed Lou in 10th with 52 points. Bogus Begbie in 11th with 36 points. Aldo with 33 points for 12th. Vroom Room 13th with 29 points. Tatey in 14th with 7 points, Cash Converter with 4 points for 15th, and Conrad Racing, no points. So, that is current scores up until now. So, merch still available, people, if you want any of that. T-shirts and stickers still available. Let me know. Right, let's get ourselves in this room then. They've just started qualifying. Johnsky, the man out on track. Okay, tyre wear and fuel depletion being turned off for qualifying. It's a 50-minute enduro, 50-minute enduro, 15-minute qualifying. Yeah, I think I'll put an hour on my post, but it's not. It's 50 minutes, 50 minutes. Apologies for that. So yes, qualifying now underway. Johnsky still the first man out on track. A couple of new drivers tonight. We've got Berserker Boy in the lobby and Orbig Will. Not sure whether Orbig Will's going to stop around or whether he just popping in for the night. So out laps at the minute for everyone. Rob Scott second out on track then. Yeah, so a 15-minute qualifier into a 50-minute enduro. Berserker Boy and Aldo going toe to toe. It's only an out lap, boys. DMK Dominator following them through. D.90 is streaming his perspective live. Ooh. He won't want to be showing that to people on camera. Dukes, evening brother, how you doing? Yeah, so D-Dot's actually streaming his POV live on Facebook. You get to see his great big ugly mug as well. So it's D.90 over on Facebook if you want to go and see him swearing and calling people sexy you-know-whats. Big Will gone for the full chrome dome tonight. looking to... Oh, he's in a test vehicle. He's looking to put people off with the reflection in that Chrome Mini, maybe. Room in 8th then. Again, only out laps of the minute. Qualifying just started. Old Crawler 1958 in 9th. Cutler 182. He is actually rocking the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper livery there. Make sure you go and check out CHewitt Racing on Facebook as well. Putting their name behind our mini lead. Thank you. Duds then just bringing up the rear. So 11 drivers on track. So now we're into hot laps. You've seen one or two drivers run it wide there already. Pajonski chopping as much of that curb off as he dares. Down through Dingle Dell then, up towards Sheen Curve. Another corner to get very, very wrong. Very easy to get it wrong as well. It just catches a lot of drivers out. Through Sterling's. Down this final straight then. Let's see what times people are putting in. Pajonski's obviously going to predominantly go on pole, provisionally even, 138.7. Rob Scott's taken that off him though with a 138.4. Goes drifting into Paddock Hill Bend. Doesn't quite manage to keep it on the track due to that. D-Dot though gets himself into second, a 138.6. Someone going wide there. Pajonski gets pushed down to third then. Let's just wait for more of these drivers to cross the line actually. So still 2 drivers yet to put in hot laps. So we've got Rob Scott on pole for now on that 138.4. D-Dot second with a great big chunk of penalty through Graham Hill Bend. 138.6 for him second. Pajonski third, 138.7. I say that as Cutler just comes through take pole. He also gets Paddock Hill Bend wrong. 138.0 for Cutler. Nearly half a second quicker than Rob Scott. Pushes him down a little bit. D-Dot then third now. Pajonski fourth. Aldo fifth. Urbig Will in sixth. Berserker Boy seventh. Full on James Bond 007 livery Union Jack. It had to be, didn't it? It had to be for Berserker Boy. Nothing less. DFK Dominator just trying to drop a penalty as well. Sitting in 8th at the minute, 141.7. Old Crawler at 9th, 114.2.7 for him. Oh, there's the Sheen Curve. Old Crawler giving us a good demonstration of how not to do it. Duds in 10th, 142.7. Getting Hawthorne's a little bit wrong. Room. Pulling over, maybe. Looking for a spot for a picnic. Cutler coming through again pretty quick. Already currently sitting on pole with that 138.0. Nobody's unseated him yet. Can he go quicker? This time 141. Oh, he did get the first turn wrong, I think. Chucked it in the sand, didn't he? What's Rob Scott going to put in? He's 0.3 of a second back at the minute. That's from his fastest time. Ourselves on board with a Pajonski and go for a bit of a lap if he stays out, that is. So on to the start finish straight. He does stop out. A little bit tricky this one. Gotta hang it out to the outside. Oh no, okay. Pajonski just going quicker then, 137.8. So through Paddock Hill Bend, we've seen one or two drivers run it off into the sand there, up the hill into Druids, hard on the brakes, catching that apex. And running down the hill towards Graham Hill Bend. Again, tricky corner this one. Easy to run it out wide. Go for a bit of a mission across the grass on the right there. Down towards Surtees. Again, awkward turn, uphill, late apex. Car just wants to push out wide and chuck you into that sandpit on the right. And along this first long straight, down Pilgrim's Drop up towards Hawthorns. Again, tricky corners. Not very forgiving. You can see there's a tiny little bit of curb and then it's just grass, grass, grass. Catches the apex through there nicely. Down through Dingle Dell, keep it off the grass, Bajonski, up towards Sheen Curve. This is where we saw Old Crawler get it wrong. You see, again, that just wants to push you out wide, and it keeps turning on the way out as well. Through Stirling's, I forget what this straight's called now. Down this straight to the final turn, Clark Curve. Is it the Clark Straight? It might be. Past the pit entrance on the right hand side, and as he comes up to the line, what's he got this time? It's a 10th down, a 1:37.979. His lap previous was an 8:79. So he seems to have the track dialed, does Bajonski. Cutler, little purple sector. What's he got through this next one? Ooh, purple sector. A purple fastest lap at the minute, 0.6 of a second. Quick through Stirling's. Can Cutler retake that pole position? Carries it all the way out wide on the exit of Clark's. And he does, a 1:37.1 then for Cutler. Again, way too hot into Paddock Hill. So almost 10 minutes into this 15-minute qualifier. 5 and a bit minutes left, 5.5. Bajonski got to try again then. Nearly 0.7 of a second back for Bajonski. That's not the way to drive that car, D-Dot. Rob Scott in the chocolate wagon holding 4th position. Oh, Big Will 5th. Not bad qualifying position considering it's his first night in the league. Again, might have been blinding a few drivers with that chrome paint. Duds up into 6th, 1:39.0 for him. Aldo 7th, 1:39.1. DMK Dominator in 8th, 1:39.5. Dominator just going quicker then, chucks himself up into 7th. That's still a 1:39.5. Someone's left the room, okay. Someone's chucked themselves back in the pits. That's why he's moved up. Berserker Boy then. He will be 9th currently, 1:40. Oh, a bit wide through Paddock Hill, 1:40.4. Got too many gadgets on the Mini, mate. You've got to get rid of those James Bond gadgets. They're slowing you down. Old Crawler 10th, 1:40.5. Through Paddock Hill nicely. Vroom Room now 11th, 1:41.7 on the clock for him. Watch him go across the line. Has he bettered it this time? It's 1:38. It's going to be quicker. So 1:41.1. So holds 11th, unfortunately. Betters his time though. Still got 3.5 minutes left to play with. So Bajonski has gone a little bit quicker. He's now just 0.4 of a second back from Cutler. Two different compounds got to be used tonight in this Enduro as well. Cutler risking everything through there. He's quicker again. There you go, it's paying off. Oh, a little bit wide through there. Might have lost that again. He is still on pole. Tearing through Clark curve then. A lot tighter than we've seen him previously. Has he managed to better it? It does, a 136.9. Pajonsky on his hot lap now, just been in the pits and come back out on a fresh set of tyres. Cutler gets his pole position time half a second up from Pajonsky's. Didot holding that third position, 137.9. What have we got? 2 minutes left of qualifying. Can anyone take Cutler off that top spot? Yeah, Didot's another 0.4 of a second back, unfortunately. Almost a whole second on qualifying times. What can Pajonsky do? Might be gaining a bit of a toe from Cutler here as well. Maybe not quite close enough. What's this timing line going to say? Still 0.3 of a second down. He will cross the line and get another opportunity. A little bit slower as well that time. Rob Scott still holding fourth. Oh, Big Will holding fifth. No one. Sorry, Aldo just getting his time down a little bit. 138.8. Stays in sixth though. Dominator also goes a little bit quicker. 138.9. Seventh. Duds gets pushed down to eighth then on his 139.0. Berserker Boy ninth. 140.4. Running a bit wide there. Old Crawler 10th. Vroom Room still hitting the 141s. This one looks a bit quicker. There you go, 140.3. Pushes himself up into 9th then. He's still got an opportunity. There's still a couple of seconds left to quali, so he does get the opportunity to finish this lap as well. But that is it. 15 minutes of qualifying over. Everybody crossing the line now will pull over. Who's going to be the first man? It's going to be this man, Aldo. What's he got? Hold 6 quicker again, 138.5. So that's qualifying done for Aldo then. Other drivers taking it easy. Duds looks like he's done and dusted, taking it nice and easy up the back straight. Room still out. Just letting everyone know to finish these laps. Ooh, Pajonsky coming up to the line. What have you got? I don't think it's quick enough this time. No, it's not. He's going to have to hold on to second then. Didot, oh, he's ghosting, so that's going to be a slow lap as well. So it's looking like Cutler on pole, Pajonsky second, Didot in third, Rob Scott fourth. Oh, Big Will in fifth. Unless this is, oh, it's an out lap, so it's not going to be as quick. Damn you, whoever's just chucked themselves out the lobby. Oh, Big Will would have been fifth. Aldo sixth, DMK Dominator seventh. Duds is eighth. Room 9th, Berserker Boy in 10th, and Old Crawler in 11th. So just wait for Cutler to set this lobby back up with tyre wear, etc, etc. Get the grid in the right order, and then we'll crack on with this endurance. Anybody trying to take a set of tyres out? Not that they'll be able to, because it's no tyre wear on in qualifying. Everybody's being very sensible. Not sure about this, boys. D-Dot chucked himself in the pits. He's taken the softs off for qualifying. He's put the mediums on for stint 1 in the race. Podjonsky, a little bit of damage for him to worry about. Okay, we're getting a 5-minute break just between the race and qualifying and race. Just give the drivers a tiny bit of breathing room. It's a rubbish view, Podjonsky. I might as well smash a bit of this on then, hadn't I? And why not? How are they going to get on tonight? What strategy? What have we got? Podjonsky looks like he's happy on the softs. D-Dot gone for the mediums. Rob Scott holding lots of damage, but on the soft tyre. Oh, Big Will out on the mediums. Aldo is on the mediums. Softs for Duds. Room is on the softs. Berserker Boy just coming out on a set of mediums. Old Crawler on the mediums. I think he's going to come out on the mediums. And Dominator also on the mediums. And whatever Cutler's going to come out on. Will he do the medium stint first? Will he go for the soft stint? D-Dot's trying to take out Podjonsky, but he's just ruining himself by the looks of things. Yeah, there you go. A bit of front end damage on board for him. Podjonsky's doing himself the injuries. Not sure if he was testing the drift capabilities of the Mini through there. You two waiting to smash into each other. What's going on? So tyre and fuel being set then. Times 8 for tyres, times 2 for fuel. Get ourselves back in the room so we don't miss the start, as happened before. Is D-Dot going to go hunting down a Podjonsky? Everybody's still on the same tyre choices, I think, by the looks of it. Mess of D-Dot. What are you playing at? Like I say, you'll see all this live from his point of view over on D-Dot 90 on Facebook. he's not banned for saying happy birthday or whatever it was the other day. Didn't you get a warning for saying something like that? Sorry, Meta. It's Meta now, and it's not Facebook, apparently. It's enough of you, D-Dot. Fed up with your face. See our new driver Berserker Boy's getting on then, getting a few more test laps out. Might want to rethink that number plate for next week. If you weren't aware, Berserker Boy's a James Bond fan, surprisingly enough. For the Queen and stuff. Come on then, Cutler, that's got to have been 5 minutes now. Only did one side of his livery, did Rob Scott. It's just purple on the other side. There you go, nothing on it. Just this side, covered in chocolate. Ooh, goes a little bit wide through Sheen. Yeah, it is a tricky turn. Someone pointed the wrong way at Graham Hill. Let's see who that is. There it goes. Aldo parked up, having a bit of a spectate himself. Right, all to track then. The shout coming from lobby host. Let's get this race underway. Here we go then. View are you going to give me today, PlayStation? It's going to be the long shot, isn't it? Won't be that one. So there we go then. Cutler does hold on to that pole then. Pachonsky second, D-Dot third. Rob Scott in fourth. Oh, Big Will, new driver tonight, fifth. Aldo sixth. DMK Dominator seventh. Duds eighth. Vroom Room ninth. Berserker Boy 10th and Old Trawler 11th. Wait for these lights to drop then, they'll get underway. There they go. Good start by everybody. Oh, D-Dot looking for a nice tight line through there. Almost crashes into the pit exit wall. Doesn't everybody get through turn one pretty cleanly? Yes, they do. Into Druids then. Change camera. Right. Cutler then leads us out. Pachonsky holds second, D-Dot third, Rob Scott fourth. No positions changing as yet. Oh, Big Will fifth. Dominator in sixth. Yes, apologies. TRG Aldo seventh. Duds in eighth. A little bit of a gap back to Vroom Room in ninth. Old Trawler right behind him for 10th. Berserker Boy in 11th. 0.7 back. Gain a little bit down here. Back on board with Cutler then, being hunted down by Pachonsky. What tyres did he choose? He's gone for the soft tyre for stint one. Pachonsky on the softs as well. D-Dot on those mediums has oh no, Rob Scott. Oh, Dominator's got it wrong. He's going to lose all sorts of positions. He might end up at the back of the pack. He does end up right down in 11th position. Try and hang on to the back of those boys, but Berserker Boy's already a second up the road. Closed up on those other two drivers though. So Cutler still being hunted by Pajonski. D-Dot trying to hang on, but on the harder compound tyre. Might make it a little bit hard for him. Rob Scott on the soft compound tyre. Trying to hang with D-Dot as well. Oh, Big Will, medium tyres, holding 5th. D-Dot runs a little bit wide through there. Oh, in the background, TRG, Aldo and Duds almost having to come in together. Duds just has to take some avoiding action to not run through the sand. Room holding 8th then. Old Crawler, 9th. Berserker Boy chucks himself up the inside. He takes 9th. Old Crawler 10th. The MK Dominators on the back of this fight as well for 11th. Tries to look around the outside through Graham Hill, but it's not worked out. Old Crawler holds on to that position for now. It's going to be difficult down this straight. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Tiny little love tap into Surtees. These three right together though. So while we've been watching that fight, Rob Scott's got himself past D-Dot into 3rd. Again, he's on the soft compound tyre versus D-Dot's mediums. Aldo and Duds still bumper to bumper. There's a big old gap back to Vroom. What is it? 4.1 seconds already. It's growing as well. Dominator 9th then. Oh, Dominator's gone wide through there. Crawler comes back at him through Sterling's around the outside. Berserker Boy back into 11th as well. It's all kicking off here at the back. A couple of those still leading into lap 3 now. Still being hunted by Pajonski, having to go defensive. Rob Scott trying to close the gap up as well. He's still got D-Dot for company. Doing well on the mediums really. Is Rob Scott is all over the back end of Pajonski now. D-Dot still right there with him. There's only 1.6 between the top 4 at the minute. Oh, Big Will sliding into view in 5th. Let's get ourselves on board with Pajonski. That's not the view. Give me that view. That's what I want. Through Hawthorns then, still hunting down Cutler in front. Might be playing the long game though, Pajonski. Might be quite happy to just sit behind Cutler, save a bit of fuel, save his tyres a little bit. It's Cutler that's punching the hole through the air at the minute. Yeah, just got to be a little bit careful with Rob Scott and D-Dot breathing down his neck. Top 4 then, just pulling a little bit of a gap. Oh, he goes for the move though. Backs off through Surtees, chucks it back up the inside here though. Gives him a look. See you later, mate. I'm having that up the inside then for Pajonski up into 1st. Where is Cutler? Oh, he chucks himself up the inside. Back up into Paddock Hill then. Oh, almost pushes Pajonski wide. Has to go defensive into Paddock Hill. Into Druids. There you go, Rob Scott almost pushing him around that turn. So top 4 closing back up then through this battle. Let's change that camera up. That's bear in mind. There's Rob Scott in 3rd then, hunting down Pajonski for that 2nd. D-Dot trying to hold on to these top 3 as well. Again, different tyre strategies going on here. The top 3 on the softs, D-Dot on the mediums. Pajonski, unfortunately, not close enough to get a move on Cutler into Hawthorns. Close enough to be getting a tow, close enough to be not wearing his tyres out quite as much as Cutler. Maybe not using quite as much fuel either. Just hanging on to the back end of the 1st place driver. Rob Scott then still hanging on to 3rd. D-Dot just struggles through Sterling's a little bit. And again, Pajonski closes up on Cutler. Looks to run around the outside again. Is he going to cut back up the inside here? Not that close enough to make that work. Cutler chucks himself over to the right hand side of the track. He's going to hug that pit wall. Now is Podjonski going to go for it here? Cutler's had to go to the inside line to go defensive. Now we're going to see Podjonski sling one up the inside into Druids. Cutler again goes defensive. Podjonski has to go around the outside again. Looks for the cutback, but not close enough. Tries to get back around the outside of Cutler here. Still these drivers behind, hanging on. Rob Scott and D-Dot. Nothing in it between the top two. Rob Scott just a second back at the minute. And D-Dot 0.8 of a second. Doing well on those mediums, like I say. Big Will in 5th. He's being chased down by Duds though. Duds has got a little bit of a penalty to lose. Tries to drop it through Hawthorns. Not quite. Although then 7th. Room holding 8th. Big gaps developing the back half of the circuit. These three still pretty close together. They're actually Old Crawler, Berserker Boy and DMK Dominator. Seem to have swapped positions a few times. Hopefully it's all been clean and respectful. Nobody's got any malice in these leagues. And if you have, well, we don't stand for it. Get out. Don't like that kind of stuff. So Cutler still leading then. Podjonski still hanging on to him. He's just piling all that pressure on Cutler, but Cutler's really good at hanging on to a set of tyres. Oh, he's gone a bit wide through there. He's kept it on the track, but gives Podjonski a look. He's going to be on dirty tyres running through Druids as well. Podjonski tries to carry the speed down towards Graham Hill. So is he just giving Cutler a bit of the wobbles? Rob Scott now 1.4 seconds back, well out of towing range. D-Dot though is within towing range on those mediums. Unfortunately, he's almost got as much wear on those mediums as Rob Scott has got on his softs. Well, they're not doing too bad, they're about half as much. Duds then has got himself past Big Will. Into 5th then for Duds. Big Will's shiny livery not quite working out for him at the minute. Everyone's got their sunglasses on or their tinted visors for the race then. Aldo 7th, trying to hunt down those two in front, just 2 seconds back. Gap coming down as well. Through there cleanly. Oh, somebody off track there. Who's that? A D-Dot from 4th. Where's he down to? All the way down to 7th. Trying to hang on to those boys on the soft tyres has cost him. He slung it in the sandpit at Sterling's and now lost 3 positions down to 7th. So there'll be a great big gap now. Podjonski and Cutler still having a damn good punch up for 1st and 2nd. There's a bit of a gap developed back to Rob Scott then. That's still at 1.6 seconds. If they keep battling, it might allow him to close back up. Duds then up into 4th. Big Will 5th. And Aldo into 6th with that mistake from D-Dot. Big Will trying to hang on to D-Dot, on to Duds here. Softs on board for Duds, mediums for Big Will. Cutler and Podjonski still neck and neck. Got to be careful. Podjonski cutting that corner could give you a great big penalty. Oof, and that one. There you go. There's cutting a turn and then there's like taking a hatchet to it. Goes for a little move, does he? No, holds on to that second, tries to lose his penalty. Doesn't want to lose Cutler too much though. .3 of a second back. He'll just drop his penalty into this first turn. Keeps himself in touch with Cutler though. Gap went to .5. You can see Rob Scott in the background, still within striking distance of these two. Great big gap back to 4th place though. So Cutler just stretching out a little bit, 0.6 of a second, nearly 0.7, it is 0.7 now. Jonski's penalty costing him a couple of tenths. We'll be getting a tow up this straight. We'll close that gap back up, but a bit of work for him to do now though. Still plenty of time left, 37 minutes left of this race. Cutler, Podjonski and Rob Scott then first, second and third. Just 2 seconds separating the top three. Oh, Big Will back up into 4th. He's got himself past Duds again. Tyre wear on Duds' front left might be hurting him. I think it is a mistake from him because Aldo's right there with his pack as well now. So 3-way fight for 4th. D-Dot trying to clamber up his way back into this race, still holding 7th, 2.5 seconds back on those mediums. Another 8.2 back to Vroom Room. DMK Dominator 9 seconds back in 9th. Old Crawler just a second back in 10th. And Berserker Boy, bit of a gap back to him now, 2.8 seconds in 11th. Nice battle here though. This is going to be raging for the rest of the race, I can see it. Although Podjonski's softs have taken an absolute hammering compared to Cutler's. So Cutler doing better on the tyre wear than Podjonski here. Still 0.7 of a second back. Rob Scott, he brought that gap down a little bit. It was 1.4, 1.5. It's now down to 1.2. And closing as well. So Duds, oh, Big Will and Aldo all pretty close together. Duds gets himself back into 4th though. Oh yeah, he's getting a bit loose on the tyres by the looks of things. D-Dot then in that 7th. DMK Dominator, Old Crawler and Berserker Boy. Yeah, gap starting to really stretch out then at the back. How long can Podjonski hold on with those beaten up softs? Gap up to 0.8 of a second then between 1st and 2nd. Again, Cutler's tyres looking in a lot better condition than Podjonski's. Rob Scott is bringing that gap down, 1.7 seconds. Sorry, 1.1 seconds. Can he get the Chocolate Mobile back into this fight? Again, a lot of wear on his softs as well at the minute. Duds, his soft's not looking too bad now, holding 4th. There's a big old gap between himself and that top 3 fight, 7.7 seconds. He's got all Big Will to worry about and an Aldo. Vroom Room. What's happened to D-Dot? Okay, D-Dot's been in the pits. He's come out on another set of mediums. He's out in 9th position. So that means Vroom Room and DMK Dominator have both managed to get past. He's not taken on board any fuel, just tyres. See if his strategy works out. Old Crawler then 10th, just 3.3 seconds back from D-Dot. There is Berserker Boy, 3.5 seconds down. So Cutler is starting to pull a little bit of a gap. That tyre wear must be costing Pajonski. He chucks it in the pits now. 33 minutes left of this race. He's got the medium compound to try and... Well, he's got 2 different compounds to use, but he's got the medium compounds to use as well at some point. Rob Scott follows him in the pits. Cutler stays out though. Dudds stays out as well on his soft. He's been closed up again by All Big Will. Aldo come in the pits. No, he's just lost a bit of time. Pajonski back out the pits in 5th. Fresh set of racing softs on for him. Rob Scott follows him out on another set of softs as well. 2.1 seconds back though, Rob Scott. Take on board fuel? No, he didn't. Pajonski actually holding a little bit more fuel than Rob Scott as well. Pajonski slips himself up the inside of Aldo through Surtees. Gets himself back up to 4th. He's got a couple of drivers to get a toe off as well up this back straight. Closes the gap then into Hawthorne's. He'll want to get past these 2 pretty quickly. Tries to get up the inside of All Big Will. He does just get his nose up the inside down through Dingledale and into Sheen. Gets himself right on the back bumper of Dudds as well. He's going to easily get himself back into 2nd. Cutler stays out on his softs. Into 2nd again for Pajonski. He is now 11.9 seconds back from race leader Cutler. He has got a big gaggle of cars behind him to hunt him down. All on worn tyres though, except Rob Scott, who's got to try and battle his way through this pack as well. He's got himself past an Aldo. He's got an All Big Will and a Dudds to try and get past here too, to try and get himself on the back end of Pajonski. Up the inside of All Big Will. Can he hold that down into Graham Hill? Ooh, just cuts across the nose of All Big Will. Maybe a tiny bit of contact through there. Almost a car's length between those 2. So Rob Scott will be hunting down Dudds now then up this long straight. Closing up again, fresh tyres versus worn. Gets a better pull out the corner. Past Dudds, back up into 3rd then for Rob Scott. Again, looking to hunt down Pajonski, now 1.5 seconds in front. Pull that gap down a little bit. Race leader Cutler in the meantime. Let's change that camera up a little bit. Still got 11-second lead, but now just losing a bit of time to these drivers on that worn set of softs. He stays out again, does Cutler. Gap at 10.7 seconds. Fresh tyres on for Pajonski. Fresh tyres on for Rob Scott. Dudds staying out. Yeah, All Big Will staying out. Aldo staying out as well. Room in 7th. Oh, Berserker Boys left the room. I don't know why. D-Dot in 8th. I'll crawl it in 9th. DMK Dominator in 10th. Got a bit of a penalty to lose as well. So Cutler's gap coming down rapidly. 9.8 seconds. There is Pajonski chasing him down into Surtees himself. Rob Scott still trying to hang on to him, but losing a bit of time. Gap to 1.9 seconds. So Cutler is just struggling now on those worn softs. Pajonski might get out in front of him, but looking at how well Cutler's looked after his first set of tyres, Pajonski looks like he's going to blaze through his second set as well pretty quickly. Gap down to 8.9 seconds. So working well for him at the minute. Like I say, later on he'll have to take another set of tyres on board. Cutler looks like he's going to run exactly half the race on the softs. There you go, into the pits he comes now. What's going to happen to Podjonsky down this straight towards Clark? Will Cutler get back out in front of him? He's still in his pit box, still in his pit box, still in his pit box. Podjonsky goes through, Rob Scott goes through. Dudds and Aldo both go through as well, but those drivers behind have not stopped. So Podjonsky into the lead of the race. He's got 1.3 seconds between himself and Rob. As I say, Dudds into third, 4.9 seconds back, but not stopped, nor has Aldo. Cutler then on his out lap. Oh, he's gone for another set of softs, okay. So the top three still got mediums to put on at some point during the race. All Big Will has just come in the pits. He's now out on another set of mediums. He's looking to get back into that fight with Dudds and Aldo when they get in the pits and come back out. Room 7th. Again, not stopped yet. D-Dot stopped early on, so he's holding 8th. Another 2 sets of mediums D-Dot's gone for. Dominator in 9th. So he has stopped. Set of softs on board, a little bit of wear on those, and Old Crawler just come out of the pits. Fresh sets of softs on for him. So Podjonsky and Rob Scott then, the battle to watch at the minute. Cutler has got himself past those two drivers into third. Now 6.8 seconds back. Again, Dudds and Aldo yet to stop. We're going to see these two come in now. Not this time for either driver. Well, Big Will then will want to close up on these two. 10.7 seconds down at the minute. Closes up a little bit through that final turn on those fresh tyres. D-Dot closing up on Vroom. That goes past him nice and easily. To 7th then for D-Dot. Again, little mistake at the back half of the circuit. Put him in the sand at Stirling's. He was holding 4th, chasing down the top 3. Completely different tyre strategy as well. He was doing really well. Dominator then 9th. And Old Crawler in 10th. Unfortunately, we've lost Berserker. So Podjonsky not out of the woods yet. Rob Scott now 1.1 seconds back. Both drivers very similar tyre wear, a little bit more on board for Podjonsky. They both did come in on the same lap. But they have got Cutler closing up on them. 5.8 seconds to gap now. It's taking a second out of those boys in front. Damn it. He's going for another fastest lap of the race here is Cutler. He's on a 1:39.0 at the minute, so he does currently hold it. Again, fresh set of softs, less tyre, less fuel on board as well. It's going to be fastest. What's it going to be? It's a 1:37.7. Now 5 seconds back from the top two. Ooh, a little bit wide through there. That's going to slow him down. Just flicked off as he ran wide through Paddock Hill. Gap back up to 5.6 seconds then. Tiny little mistake. Rob Scott still trying to hang on to the back end of Podjonsky. There is Cutler just coming through the Graham Hill bend down towards Surtees. Aldo past Dudds. Dudds, you need to change those tyres. Aldo gets himself through into 4th then on the mediums. Aldo's tyres absolutely screaming at him. That front left, it's in agony. Oh, Big Will Gap from 11 seconds down to 5.9, so he is closing back up on the Dudds-Aldo fight. These two yet to stop as well. So we'll get past them once they come in the pits. He got into 7th. He's looking to hunt down Big Will and possibly Dudds and Aldo as well. Let's see how he gets on later on in this one. 23 minutes remaining. Vroom Room still 8th. Dominator 9th. Old Crawler still 10th. There is Pajonski and Rob Scott. Pajonski must have made a little mistake. 1:39.7. Yeah, tiny little mistake. That's allowed Rob Scott to close the gap up to 0.5, well within slipstream range. Cutler bringing that gap back down as well, 5.1 seconds. Again, these three have still got the medium tyre to put on and use before the end of this race. There is Aldo in 4th. Looks like Dudds has chucked himself in the pits. He has, so he's back out on a fresh set of softs. That does give D-Dot another position. He gets himself up into 6th. Oh yeah, Big Will's got past him as well. Some screeching tyres. I didn't know whether D-Dot just chucked it in the sand, but no. Rob Scott then hunting down top spot. There is Pajonski just in front, just 0.3 of a second between these two. Again, they've just got to be careful of Cutler. He has brought that gap right down, 4.1 seconds. These two must have had a little bit of a battle. Cutler bringing that time down every corner, down to 3.9 seconds. Again, nothing in it for these two. Cutler still bringing it down. Aldo Cummins in the pits now. D-Dot does go through. Big Will gets back through as well. Do just want to stick with this fight at the minute. We've got Rob Scott right on the tail of Pajonski. Cutler just 3.8 seconds back as well. All three drivers have taken their first stop. All three drivers have still got the mediums to put on. There is Cutler just coming over the brow of the hill, still 3.7 seconds back. These two again ever so slightly bigger, corner by corner. Back over to the racing line for Pajonski. Carries almost too much speed through there. He does like to cut this turn as well. He's got to be careful. A tricky corner to manage anyway. And there is Cutler again, closing that gap down, 3.1 seconds. That mini's definitely getting bigger. Rob Scott and Pajonski have got something to worry about now. Okay, Rob Scott gets himself back in the pits. Looks like he's going to go for the medium tyre now then. So, Pajonski leading from Cutler, 3.2 seconds. Stopped a lot later, did Cutler, so his tyres are in a lot better condition. They were in better condition when he came in anyway. Pajonski had put his through their paces. Cutler still 3 seconds down. He will be able to close up through the back half of the track. Oh, he ran very wide through there. Brings that time down still, so he can carry more speed through the turns. He can get better power on the way out. He's taking little tenths out of Pajonski on the way in and the way out of these corners. Gap down to 2.5. There is Pajonski on board with Cutler then. Pajonski struggling already on his semi-worn set of softs. Again, having to correct going through some of these turns to not run wide. It's just giving Cutler a 10th here and a 10th there. The gap down to 2.1 and coming down still. There it is, 1.8 seconds. When do we see Podjonski coming for his mediums? This lap, Cutler follows them in. Okay, they've all got into the wall for Cutler, trying to get in there as fast as possible. Where's our Rob Scott? Just through this final turn. Okay, so he's got the soft tyre on this one as well. Ooh. I didn't see those two just sneak out. Podjonski and Cutler. Rob Scott almost running wide through Paddock Hill. So top three then, all back together. Just 2 seconds between them. 2.1. Podjonski gets himself back out front though. Set of softs on. Cutler on the softs as well. Rob Scott on the softs. I thought you had to use 2 different compounds, boys. Big Will though, doing well, holding 4th. Big gaps either side of him as well. 9.2 in front to Rob Scott, so it's going to be difficult to hunt those boys down on the medium tyre. He's got 4.5 over Duds behind him as well. Duds on a reasonably fresh set of softs, so we'll close that gap back up, and those two probably get back into a bit of a fight. Aldo as well has got himself 6th. I think D-Dot's come back in the pits as well, so he has outlap 7th. Fresh set of softs on board this time, so he can go for a bit of a race with Aldo, try and hunt down Aldo, Duds and Big Will. Room on a fresh set of mediums. 10.9 seconds back from D-Dot, so a bit of work to do if he's going to try and make any more positions up. And DMK Dominator, another 5 seconds back, and then Old Crawler 16 seconds down in 11th. Sorry, 10th. Ooh, just get on board with Podjonski as Cutler is all over the back end of him. He's going to make a move into Druids. He thinks about it. Podjonski just holds on to it. Cutler not quite close enough for Graham Hill Bend. Runs a bit wide through there again. Cutler does carry the speed though. Down towards Surtees. Chucks himself up the inside. Through he goes, but he's run himself a bit wide. Podjonski, bit of door banging on the way through there, but rubbing his racing people. There's Rob Scott going, go on lads, knock each other off. I'll just sweep through and have the pair of you. So it does look like Podjonski's carrying a little bit more speed up the hill into Hawthorns. Cutler almost had his nose taken out by Podjonski, trying to hold on to that position. Lost a bit of speed. Rob Scott trying to get up the inside there. Flying through Sheen. Everybody keeping it on track down into Sterling's. Sideways through there. Whoa, Rob Scott carrying far too much speed through. He's gone wide. He gets it back on track, but he's lost a lot of time to these boys. Here we wanted them to get back into a bit of a fight so he can close that gap back up. He's going to struggle against Cutler though. Cutler's tyres always looking better than anyone else's at the end of a race. So 14.5 minutes remaining. Podjonski leads from Cutler. Rob Scott just making a tiny mistake into Sterling's, slowed him down. He's got to try and get himself back into this fight up here. So is Cutler going to sling one up the inside of Surtees again? Maybe not quite close enough this time. Oh, he thinks about it. All over the back end of Podjonski though as they run up the Pilgrims. He's going to get a good toe up here. He might be able to slingshot past and get one. They're going to move into Hawthorns running up the hill. Backs out through there. Pajonsky still hangs on to it. Let's get ourselves on board with Cutler, looking forwards at Pajonsky. Yeah, Rob Scott unfortunately now 2.2 seconds down. Mistake through this turn here, it's cost him. Cutler spinning the wheels up through that final turn, trying to hunt down Pajonsky. He's had a couple of goes, but it's not worked out for him so far. Still 12.5 minutes remaining. Plenty of laps to have a go back. So Pajonsky leading, Cutler second, Rob Scott third. Oh, Big Will in fourth. Duds has closed that gap down to 2 seconds. Aldo 4.5 seconds back. He's got D-Dot, who's closed up on him. 1.9 seconds back now for D-Dot. So that set of softs working for him at the minute. Not a lot of wear on those either. Vroom 8th. 17 seconds down. Dominator another 3.7 seconds down. So I think he's closed that gap down a little bit. I think it was 5 seconds last time we checked. And Old Crawler 10th and 20 seconds down. Oh. What have I missed? What have I missed? I must have missed Cutler getting Pajonsky up Hawthorns. So takes the lead of the race, does Cutler. Can Pajonsky hang on to him? Whose tyres are going to last? A little bit more wear on Pajonsky's tyres. They all came in at the same time. Rob Scott again goes a little bit wide through Sterling's. Now 3.3 seconds back. I'm sure he won't be happy with himself tonight with these little mistakes. I'm sure he'll be happy with third, but he'd much rather be up there with these two. So gap just starting to open, 0.7 of a second between Cutler and Pajonsky. Both drivers got plenty of fuel on for the next 11 minutes. Rob Scott losing a bit of time to these boys. Oh, Big Will still holding that 4.8 second gap over Duds. He had brought that down actually to 2 seconds. He must have made a little mistake. He has, because Aldo's all over the back of him. There's D-Dot as well, closed up on this fight. Can Aldo not make the move into Graham Hill? But there is D-Dot in the background in 7th. So he's got a few drivers to aim for. Ourselves on with D-Dot. There's Big Will just heading up into Hawthorns. Not too far away either, about 3.5 seconds. But he's got Duds and Aldo to hunt down now though. Half a second back from these boys. Duds almost running it wide through there. Again, everybody doing well through Sterling, through Sheen Curve tonight. I say that's usually a hot spot for incidents and accidents. D-Dot though gets a good exit out of there. He's having a look on Aldo at the inside into Clark. Backed off. Needs a good run out. Duds chucks himself in the pit, so that takes him out of the equation. He's just got Aldo to try and get past now. Big Will also in the pits, so Aldo into 4th, D-Dot into 5th. Are we going to see D-Dot get this move done on Aldo? What's Aldo's tyres looking like? A little bit more wear on board for Aldo than there is D-Dot. So again, it gets tucked behind the 4th place man as he heads towards Surtees to try and get a good run up this back straight. Fortunately, that's not worked out through there. Lost a bit of time to Aldo in front. See Aldo's car just pulling away a little bit. So we'll come back and have a look at this, see whether D-Dot manages to close that gap back up. Let's go and see what's happening back at the front. Cutler pulled another couple of tenths on Pajonski. The gap almost at a second. It does just flick over to a second there. 1.1 as they come through the final turn. Rob Scott 4.5 seconds back. D-Dot already through to 4th. Little mistake by Aldo then, possibly. A long way back from the top 3 though now though. D-Dot 21.1 seconds back. This is where he was in 4th, right behind Rob Scott. But decided to sling himself into the sandpit at Stirling's. Dropped himself all the way back to 7th. So 7 minutes remaining. All Big Will and Duds pretty close together. Softs on board for All Big Will. Softs on for Duds as well. A little bit of a penalty he's got to lose though. Room 8. He's had a very lonely race, I think, as Room he has got Dominator just 2.8 seconds down. Might get himself back into a bit of a fight if DMK Dominator doesn't chuck it in the sand at Paddock Hill. Loses a bit of time again, and then yes, old Crawler unfortunately losing a bit more time, 28 seconds down. Can Pajonski close this gap back up? 6.5 minutes left to try and do it. Scott losing more time in 3rd. Oh, D-Dot's run it wide through Sheen. That's allowed Aldo to come back past and take that 4th off him. 6 minutes remaining. D-Dot now 1.2 seconds back. He's not managed to close up on Aldo that quick. So he's only got a couple of laps to try and get this done. Maybe, what's he got? 3, 4, 5, 4 laps. Is it possible? 1.6 seconds down. Cutler still stretching his legs out front. 1.7 seconds, 1.8. Yeah, Pajonski's tyre wear looking a lot worse than Cutler's. Rob Scott has closed that gap down a little bit. 4.7 seconds. I think he's going to have to settle for 3rd unless there's a mistake from one of the drivers in front. So Aldo holding on to 5th. D-Dot has taken another couple of tenths out of him. Sorry, Aldo 4th. D-Dot in 5th. Gap back down to 1.5 seconds. All Big Will is only 4.5 seconds down as well. He's got a Duds for company, so that might all close back up again. These boys on fresher tyres than the 2 drivers in front. Again, slowly running out of laps to try and get these gaps down though. There they are, Aldo, D-Dot, All Big Will and Duds. Not a lot of time between those 4 drivers. Room then, like I say, had a bit of a lonely race. He has got DMK Dominator trying to close down on him. Well, he's gone for the hard tyres, DMK Dominator. Might not be able to close that gap then. Crawler 31 seconds down. It's all starting to to work in Cutler's favour. 2.4 seconds out front. Pajonsky's just struggling around some of these turns. Lap times up to 140s. Rob Scott is closing down on him as well. 4.5 seconds. He's also in the 140s. Cutler's still rolling around in the 139s. 2.6 second gap now then from Pajonsky. He's got 4.8 over Rob Scott. How close are these four boys? Aldo still holding 1.4 second lead over D-Dot. That gap between himself and Orbig Will's come down though, 2.7 seconds. Again, he's got Duds right behind him. So these four, like I say, might get back together for a bit of a fight. Room, DMK, Dominator and Old Crawler still in the same positions. Through Druids then. What have they got? They're going to see maybe this lap and one more, depending on what time they cross the line. But yeah, Cutler pulling away again, 3.2 seconds over Pajonsky. He's still holding his own from Rob Scott, 5.3 seconds. Again, nothing to worry about for Rob Scott behind. 23 seconds down is Aldo. Just 0.7 of a second back is D-Dot. Again, Orbig Will and Duds looking to close up. Duds picking himself up a penalty. Falling away from Orbig Will. 1.4 seconds down now and still 0.3 of a second to lose. Orbig Will gets that time down to 1.6 seconds though, closing up on D-Dot. A lot of wear on those softs for him now though. Oh sorry, I was looking at D-Dot's car. Orbig Will's tyres looking a lot better. He's very low on fuel though. Better hope he can make it round one more lap. They are going to see one more lap. There goes Cutler across the line. Now 4.3 second lead over Pajonsky. Again, just pulling away. It's not Pajonsky making mistakes because he's holding his own from Rob Scott. Keep me on this fight. Like I say, I don't think Orbig Will's going to get back into it. Maybe. What is that gap? 1.3 seconds. It's going to take a lap of immense proportion for Orbig Will to try and get the gap closed on D-Dot. Oh, it has come down. These two battling it out. Aldo and D-Dot. That's brought Orbig Will right into it. 0.6 of a second. It could be on here for a couple of position changes. Get ourselves on board with a bit of Orbig Will, chasing down these two drivers in front. Like I say, just hope he's worked his fuel out correctly. Gets himself tucked right into the slipstream of these two drivers in front. 0.3 of a second. Aldo goes defensive. D-Dot looking for a way through. Orbig Will looking for a way through. Tries to run around the outside. D-Dot. The door wide open for Orbig Will to have a bit of a look as well. Closes right up on these two. Again, takes the tighter line. Still unable to get through here. Let's get ourselves up front with Miss Race Leader taking the win. Oh no! Come on, change camera, damn it. Oh my god, it's not letting me change camera. Oh my god. It's broke. It's broken, people. There we go, done it. Apologies, Cutler taking the win. Pajonsky coming home second, 5 seconds back. Rob Scott taking third, another 4.8 seconds back. Who's going to take this fourth here? It's a real good punch up. It's going to be Aldo. Just Orbig Will does come through to take fifth. D-Dot sixth. Duds takes seventh. Dominator and Old Crawler have already finished the their lap, so they are 9th and 10th. We just wait for Vroom Room to come round and take the final 8th position. Unfortunately, we lost Berserker Boy from this one. Yeah, great racing between Cutler, Pajonski and Rob Scott. Neck and neck for most of it. D-Dot tried to hang on to that one for a fair old amount on a, like I say, a completely different strategy. The top three were on softs. D-Dot was on a set of mediums. He kept himself within a second or two of the top three for a few laps, a fair few laps. And the mediums unfortunately let go for him. And off he went, down into 7th. So Cutler will be happy with that. That'll help him try and claw back Pajonski from the lead. Aldo was loving that one. That's good. Right, so that was round 6 of the Chewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup, hosted by Tanso Racing. Back same time, same place next week. I'm back on Wednesday at 8:30 for the Team Oliver Racing GR3 League, hosted by Mature Racing Club. Thursday, still no Thursday League yet. They've delayed it another week. Waiting for 3 more drivers to get into that one. GTTCC's finished, so at the minute it is just the Monday League, the Minis, which you're watching now, and the Thursday League until next week when the Thursday League starts up again. That's going to be a GR4 class league. I'm not sure what car choices or anything there is. No problem, Mr. Cutler, no problem at all. Yeah, like I say, I'm not sure what the car choices are. But yeah, that's going to start next Thursday, apparently. Yeah, that's going to be it. So if you want to help my channel out, a couple of ways you can do it. You can get yourself over to buymeacoffee.com/dartsmoke and drop a little donation on there. If you want something for your money, then for the same sort of price, you can get if you email me direct at darksmoker@googlemail.com. Send me £3. I'll send you two stickers and free postage. Or I also have shirts available as well, £22 plus 1 free sticker and free postage. Other than that, I hope you've liked what you watched. If you have, give it a like, comment, subscribe. Tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dart Smoker. I'm out of here.